Alright, thanks for being patient again.
Yeah.
So I have some more questions, but again, I just want to make sure you're aware of your rights. So I just got to read your Miranda rights again. Doesn't mean that you're going to jail or anything. Just we're in this setting, right? You're detained at this point. I just want to make sure you're aware of your rights.
Yeah.
Okay? So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, one will be appointed. One will be provided for you. If you decide to answer any questions now without having an attorney present, you still have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk to an attorney. Do you understand each of these rights I have just read to you?
Yeah.
Having these rights in mind, do you want to speak to me?
Yeah, we can. Once again, I literally told you everything that I was kind of
Okay.
And I told the officers the same thing. GoFundMe, we were going to film. Honestly, normally I would never talk to a detective. I've watched probably around 100 hours of interrogation, so I know all of your guys' tactics. And I also know how much it's a disadvantage on my part to talk, but I'm telling you, I'm not here as a criminal. I'm here as actually like a really good dude. I actually used to be a criminal a really long time ago, and I don't break the law anymore. So it's like, I was just trying to get that GoFundMe for Brian. That's the only thing I was doing. I was leading a team. You know, I'm a YouTuber too, and that's what I told the officers. You know, these guys, they were just doing what I said. You know, this is my thing, and that, you know, I don't know what other questions you have, but there's not really much else to say about it. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what I was doing. I was just, you know, I made sure to get the neighbor's permission to put up the sign. So we made sure we weren't breaking any laws. You know, freedom of speech also, like on the poster, I would believe. And also, once again, we weren't going to leave it up. She gave us her permission to film for 1 hour. That's all we were going to use. And we had a drone guy coming out. Like, we actually literally hired people like out of pocket to film this promo, and it was going to go up on YouTube. And like, I believe it would have at least rectified some of the wrong Mr. Mansell has faced. And you know, that was my only goal. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know what other questions do you I guess have, because there's not really, I guess, much else to say in the situation, to be honest. That's just the whole thing that just happened. I mean, I'm honestly kind of shocked to be arrested at this point for that. Yeah, this is definitely a very strange thing to be getting interrogated about, especially considering from my angle and the evidence I've seen, the overwhelming evidence that they just blatantly stole from this guy. It's like us trying to then do a GoFundMe to get him his money back, and I'm the one, you know, getting put in cuffs. It's crazy. I mean, I guess. Yeah, so I mean, what are your questions? That's, you know, I'm just not going to keep repeating myself, but that's, you know, the gist of what just happened from my perspective, at least.
Okay. Well, first off, I don't think you're a criminal. I mean, I'm not blaming you as a criminal or anything. I'm just trying to understand what's happening, right? And that's why I'm kind of talking to you to give you the benefit of the doubt, because, dude, I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, this is super confusing.
Like, I'm down in the gym working out, and all of a sudden I get a phone call like, hey, this guy's coming to the PD, and we need to figure out what's going on. So,
yeah, I mean,
again, so I don't think you're a criminal, and if I thought you were a criminal and I thought this was a habitual case, I wouldn't give you the benefit of the doubt. We'd just kind of just go to jail and whatever. You're not under arrest, but you are detained, right?
Yeah.
So, you know the difference between the two.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, like, arrest means we have charges and all this stuff, and you're going to jail no matter what, or what you're getting a charge. But we're just trying to understand what's going on from everything that happened yesterday. And now some more stuff is happening today.
Yeah, so we were just basically like, okay, we're just going to film. This is kind of the ironic part. We were just going to film that, and we were going to do the GoFundMe, and that was actually going to be the end of the video. And we were going to throw a party because we got him his money back. That was it. That was the last thing we had to do, was film that last hour, and we were going to be done. That was the finale. That's, you know what I mean? That was it. So,
Gotcha. Okay.
You know, Ben also is like, he's going home, so we just needed, that's, you know, why they did see me on FaceTime with him, but he was actually like, hey, like, did you see the GoFundMe's up? Like, and he was just FaceTiming and telling me the GoFundMe, and he had texted me it. So, you know, that was the only reason. And he wasn't even on the phone anymore by the time they got there, so I just hung it up because he was doing something else.
Gotcha.
But he had stepped away. He doesn't want to get in any more trouble. Like, you know, that's his first time ever being arrested. Ben's also, like, a really good guy, to be honest. He's probably the nicest guy I've ever met in my life. And I was, like, really surprised to see him get arrested, but I understand. I know he was just trying to serve him the court paperwork, because since they closed down that store, we now have since we won the court case, but now the store is closed, we don't get Brian's money back. So
So that's all in Oregon?
yeah, that's in Oregon. So that, you know what I mean, we won that case, and we sent them default judgment because they, you know, and then they closed down the store. So he's like, now we got to go here and sue him. And then he was going to serve him. He got arrested. He's like, so we can't do that now. He has like a no contact, so I don't know like if he can even, I don't even know if he can have a civil case against him now. I don't know how that would really work. But we just decided,
Sure either, yeah.
once again, we were just going to do the GoFundMe. We were going to get the drone out. We had like, obviously, like I'm also an aspiring comedian. Like some people would even call me that. Honestly, I'm pretty funny, but that, you know, we were just trying to make a funny video to get engagement, to get money for Brian, and then we were all gonna throw a party, and it was the end of the content because no one wanted to get in any more trouble.
Okay. So when Ben got arrested yesterday, he understood, and you understood that it was, he couldn't go back to that house and he couldn't have contact with this guy that he was trying to serve papers at.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So Ben says, I just need to stay away from the house. And I'm just trying to make sure what you're saying and I'm understanding is correct, because sometimes they get misunderstood, right?
Yeah.
So Ben's saying, I can't go back there, I just need to stay away and just kind of go back home or do whatever.
Yeah, that was the plan, yes.
Okay. And then you said, I'm gonna take lead on this GoFundMe, get the money for Brian, and kind of take lead on making this final video and then taking off.
Yeah, that's correct.
Is that
yeah,
correct?
So we were done, yeah. This
Okay.
was the end.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, it just seems, but once again, like I don't know if you guys have asked for the evidence or anything. There's actually about to be a warrant for those guys' arrests because what ended up happening is the way the county it's in Oregon, they handled the case wrong. So Brian actually ended up becoming friends with the chief of police, and those guys are about to have a warrant out for their arrest in about a week. They did theft by receiving. They knew it was stolen goods. And when they bought the store, we have the literal surveillance footage, and I'm not kidding you. I'm telling you, these guys really did this. I would not be here. You know what I mean? They actually stole his legs. They were like, oh, we don't, they were just like, oh, like rip off. So everything Brian had a sticker on it. And we've got footage of them ripping off the stickers and saying they never got any of this. And this is like $100,000 to $200,000 worth of goods. And they're like, oh, screw it, we get it, because Crystal like didn't pay us or whatever. The corporate did. And so we have all the overwhelming evidence. It's literally cut and dry. They did it. And once the police chief saw it as well, he's like, yeah, they're about to have warrants for their arrest. So, you know what I mean?
Out of Oregon.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
So they're about to be arrested for this. That's how it gets. It's just blatant. Like the only reason we even stepped in the first place is because how are these guys not in jail, right? That's why I'm saying on this scenario, like, you know, we're actually from the perspective of everyone who would be able to see that. There's just no way. Like what we're doing is bad. Like we're just trying to get Brian his money back. It's not like we're trying to like profit. Like I've spent thousands of dollars on this. I drove all the way to Oregon. I mean, I heard the story and I'm like, that's, you know what I mean? It's just really sad. Like Brian's father also meanwhile has no idea that his Legos he didn't get the money for him and he's dying of cancer. And it's like, he can never find out. That was Brian's like one rule. Like, but you know, he just said that it happened, and we've pretty much just tried every avenue legally. It's not like we're like not criminals, so it's not like we're trying to, you know, make your guys' jobs or get involved with the police. We're just trying to film a video that's good enough to get Brian his money back. That's all we're trying to do.
Gotcha. Okay. So when you say we, it's Ben, you,
Basically just me and him, yeah.
and then a couple other guys to help
Yeah.
film and stuff?
Yeah, they just, cameramen and stuff like that.
Gotcha. So how did, going back, you and Ben have known each other for how long?
A couple years.
A couple of years?
Yeah.
Just doing videos together and
Yeah, I've
stuff?
done a lot of, like, he's actually, like, just met him, like, when I was out in LA, actually. He's, like, a professional athlete, and I saw him slacklining. I'm like, oh, that's super cool, and we started talking, and then I followed him on Instagram, and then, like, he just, like, we had talked a bunch, and then, I just messaged him, like, hey, like, what do you got going on? Like, because he's, like, also, like, a really, really good YouTuber. So, yeah, he just, like, was nice enough, which essentially no influencer on earth with as many followers as him would work with someone with as little as me, but he does, because he's, like, just, like, a really nice guy. But, yeah, it's just a really cool story. So it's, like, it's just, like, we're just trying to do good. It's not like we're trying to do anything essentially bad at all. We're just trying to get him his money back. That's
Okay.
the only purpose I'm here.
So you and Ben know each other years, and then, how does Brian get involved in all this?
So Ben he's an investigative journalist. He has a email that's full, like, tens of thousands of emails at this point. He puts it up at the end of his videos. If you have a mystery or something bad that happened to you that you can prove, Ben and his investigative team will come help. And Brian had enough evidence for him to take up the case.
So that's how you and Ben got involved with Brian?
Yeah, correct.
Was
through this email, yes,
through
correct.
this email, okay.
So he just reached out because once again, the police told him it was civil. And there was just issues with him pursuing it civilly. He would have had to incur the costs of closing down the store, and it would have ended up eating up so much of the profits of what they would have owed him, and it was almost impossible to backtrack the inventory and find which sets were his that were sold because everything wasn't organized enough. So yeah, it's just like a really just awful story. I mean, it's like what should have happened is he should have given that store his Legos that were his dad's life savings. You know, they'd saved these up for 20 years, and then he should have and he also did a very extremely generous consignment on top of it. They were going to get They were going to make profit, pure profit. They invested not a single cent into this, and they decided to instead take the entire $200,000 collection, and that is just abhorrent greed beyond even comprehension. I could never in a million years ever, and we've just got so much of them just being like, they just won't, and they could even have at any point just given these Legos back to the guy. They've still got some of them, and he even said he'll drop everything if they just give it back. And I sat there and listened to just so many phone calls between these guys just saying like, we'll give them back tomorrow, we'll give them back tomorrow. And so that's why we're here. We're just trying, once again, get the GoFundMe going, and then we're just going to give the money to Brian and go home. I mean, we're still going to try, like, obviously, like, we'll just probably end up, like, not doing that anymore, because, you know what I mean, obviously. So we'll probably just make, like, a vlog or something for the GoFundMe and put it on YouTube and give the money to Brian, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the gist of it, man.
Okay.
Just trying to help Brian, that's it. Which, once again, he doesn't even really, like, talk much, like, he's not involved in this whatsoever. He probably would actually prefer, well, I don't know. I know he hasn't been in contact, yeah, but we told him we're just going to probably do GoFundMe to get him his money back and stuff.
So Brian's, I mean,
not involved.
Brian didn't say, I mean,
No.
I use this term loosely, not saying this is what you guys are doing, but Brian didn't say, hey, I'm going to pay you guys $20,000 if you go down and harass this guy.
No, absolutely not. No.
Right?
No, absolutely not. No, no one's received any money for anything for this. This is just like, we're just trying to get Brian his money back.
Yeah, so from my understanding, you and Ben are trying to use like your guys' followers on social media to try to boost this story or this thing that happened to Brian.
Yes.
Start this GoFundMe to try to get traction to get money for Brian.
Correct.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Once I hear it all, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's kind of making a lot more sense now.
Okay.
The whole phone thing.
Yeah.
Today. Remind me how does an Apple Wallet open up?
Well, when I pulled it out, I clicked the button, so then it said Apple Wallet pulled up, and I was trying, and I handed it to him, and it said Wallet, and he was walking around, I could see him, and had the wallet up, and it has all my money in Apple Cash, and I told him, I'm like, whoa, and he's like, stop, and I'm like, I'm just hitting the button, that's all I'm doing, you can have the phone.
Did the lock button?
If you hit the lock button, yeah, if you hit it like twice, it pulls up, and it says, like, tap to pay and stuff, so it was up on my wallet.
Maybe mine's not set up, I've never set it up.
Yeah, if you have Apple Wallet, and you press, so I must have just accidentally pressed it twice. So I was just trying to tap the button. That's all I was doing. Like, obviously, like, I'm handing him my phone. It wasn't like I was just telling him, that's all I was trying to do. Just trying to hit the phone. Just hit the button. I just didn't want my wallet up. If, like, he had accidentally clicked something while that was up, and, like it could have paid a bill I wasn't trying to pay, and it's like, I really, like, I'm not, like, super rich, so I just really needed that closed. It's also, like my life savings is on there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
Yeah. So that's all I was trying to do. I was not trying to, like, grab the phone back. Like, if I was trying to, I would have just smashed it, or I don't know what I would have done. But definitely, like I said, I was not trying to delete. I couldn't even, it's not possible from what I was trying to do to delete anything. I would have had to pull out my phone, unlock it, go through, you know what I mean? I can't do that while he's got it in his hand.
So
it's not even possible.
it was already locked from my understanding. Is that correct?
It was on Apple, so I believe you can pull up Apple Wallet while it's still locked. I'm not like 100% sure because I don't like have my exact, like the way a phone works memorized, but I know it was up and I could see him walking around with it still up, and I was trying to tell him, like, did you just close my Apple Wallet? Like, pretty sure my phone was still locked. I think you're correct. I was just trying to hit the button to black out my wallet. Because you can pull out your wallet and it's tap to pay.
Right.
So that had, you know what I mean? And then also, if he hits the button again, it'll be like, it'll pull up cards, and sometimes like, I'll have things, subscriptions I'm trying to cancel, and if you pull up Apple Cash and click on it while it's up like that, it'll pay stuff, and I just wasn't trying to spend any money. I've had that literally happen before where I'm like, dang, my last $20 just got, you know what I mean, spent for me doing that. So yeah, I was just trying to lock my phone. That was it.
Okay. If I go get your phone, can we test to see how the Apple Wallet pulls up?
Yeah.
And everything?
Yeah, I can show you.
Okay. Let me go grab it and I'll be back with you, okay? I'll let you do it. That way
Yeah,
I'm not. Maybe you have to unlock it.
Okay,
first?
see, your passcode is required to open wallet. It opened my wallet. I double clicked it.
So it must have been unlocked when.
Yeah,
And
my
then you
hand.
double tapped it to try to
then
lock it.
and then it opened my wallet. So I just,
Okay.
like I said, my wallet was open, and I was just trying to that's all I was trying to do, dude. I just
Okay.
wanted my wallet, and I told Matt, I'm like, hey, I know you're mad, dude. I'm not trying to grab the phone.
Can we test it while it's unlocked? Like, do you want to unlock it and then?
So this is what was up.
Okay.
See, and it's got all my
Yeah.
money on it, and that's what he was walking around with.
All right. So you were just trying to lock it from
Yep,
there.
that's all I was trying to do.
All right. Okay.
That's
let me
all I
go.
was trying to do.
If you want to just hang out for a little bit longer, phone's locked. I'm not going to go through it or
Okay.
anything. So, yeah, just hang out for a second. I'll be back with you. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for doing that. Thank
Yeah,
you
no
for
problem.
being cooperative and everything. It really
Yeah.
goes along. Do you need anything?
No, I'm good.
You want some water or anything like that?
I'm fine. It's all good.
Okay. Let me know if there is. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.